Hey there guys, this is Flamzaron, aka YouTube's Tosuke. Like I said in my previous My Thoughts video, the next game I would do would be Soul Reaver 2, and so here it is. Now, I'll say this to start off with, I played this game, expecting something along the lines of, Defiance, because it was on the PS2, like Defiance, and that was also the first game in the Legacy of Kain series that I had actually played. So I was expecting something a little more along the lines of that. And to be honest, as far as the story goes, I didn't really know how Soul Reaver 1 ended, so I didn't exactly know what kind of story Soul Reaver 2 would kind of give out, and at least until I knew that, Raziel hadn't killed Kain yet. Anyway, with that said, gameplay-wise, it's just a rehash of Soul Reaver 1. Now, if you go to this game coming from Defiance, you may be a little disappointed, but if you come to this game from Soul Reaver 1, like you probably should, you'll probably be accustomed to everything. It essentially really is a rehash of Soul Reaver 2. It's almost exactly the same kind of gameplay with, enhanced graphics, and you get the Soul Reaver pretty early from what I understand. I haven't played too much of Soul Reaver 1, so I don't know exactly when you get the Soul Reaver. I know you do get it at some point. But, the battle system is pretty much the same. Though the problem with that is, the Soul Reaver, which is your main weapon, is, it's sort of limited because it's really a one-hit thing, as opposed to Defiance where it's like a big combo thing that's essentially your only weapon. However, what I do like about Soul Reaver's 2's and 1's, basically, battle system is that, you can use different weapons. I mean, you start off by using your hands, like punching and whatnot, but you can use like different weapons, and some weapons do sometimes work better than the Soul Reaver. Like the sword, I think works better than the Soul Reaver, and of course with the polearm, Raziel can do that cool thing where he stabs the enemy up into the air. And I think that's pretty cool. And an interesting idea that they put into the game is that the Soul Reaver hurts you when it gets full power because, there's a scene where, well, I don't want to spoil anything. Which brings me to my next point. This game, since this game is so story-driven, its dialogue and writing is just very good. It's almost like novel quality. It practically is novel quality. Michael Bell, the voice of Raziel, does a very good job delivering all of his lines. So does Simon Templeton or whoever does Kain. And it's also good to hear Michael Bell doing more dialogue this time around, because I didn't play much of Soul Reaver 1. Defiance I kind of got stuck on. So, and even though these are old recordings of him, he still does a good job, and I hope he stays alive for a while. The graphics are definitely an improvement. In fact, I think they're better than Defiance because, well, for one thing, Raziel looks better. Maybe it's just because there are more close-ups on his face as opposed to in Defiance where they're just, just major overheads or just like full body shots. And yes, in case you are wondering, in this video I am going to compare Soul Reaver 2 to Defiance because that was the first one that I played, and that one was on the PS2. So I expected a little bit along the lines of that. Which the graphics are similar, the cinematics are cool. I kind of wish there was an option to put subtitles on because when I play video games, I don't really like having that cinematic feel to it where there are no voices. When there are no subtitles and dialogue. That's just me though. It's sort of hard to explain. And I apologize if I do a lot of pausing. I'm sort of doing this like at an awkward time for me. I haven't really rehearsed this video that much. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. The music's good. The menus, the starting menu, sort of bland. It's just like, just a picture there, and it's not really anything animated. It almost feels like it's a PowerPoint or something. But, it's alright. And, the trailer for Blood Omen 2 looked pretty cool. And, ultimately the game is, not that bad. I actually kind of like it. I'm stuck, and so I haven't really played too much of the game. All the voices are good, the music's good, the writing's good. So, in conclusion, This game is a pretty good game, though. If you're gonna come to this game from Defiance, like for whatever reason you want to play the games in like a backwards order, then you may be a little disappointed because the uh the gameplay is sort of a bit of a downscale compared to Defiance. But you will like that you'll be able to use different weapons in case you didn't like the Soul Reaver, and you'll also, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, writing's good. Pretty much everything except for the gameplay is good. I mean, the gameplay is all right, but you know, it's not necessarily my kind of thing, and it's not really that good because it's sort of limited with the whole attacking, because you can really do like one hit per attack except for the punching and like any other weapons, which it should be for the Soul Reaver because that's your main weapon, even though at full power it'll drain you. So I guess it's sort of like a thing you can use if you're stuck, because it's a pretty powerful weapon. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Soul Reaver 2. Not exactly the best video, but you know, I think I got my point across. And so, in conclusion, this is Flamzaron, aka YouTube Sasuke, signing off. Arcana Hearts next. See you later.